Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Now, I got a question in the comments on Instagram. I did a video about how to know a man is interested in you, and I think I probably put that on YouTube as well, old raggedy TikTok. But somebody asked, can a man be in love with two women at the same time? No, can a man love two women at the same time? And on this one, some men came out in the comments and answered it, which was kind of shocking because men don't oftentimes show up. But one of the things that I seen was, I think all of the men I seen answer it said yes, that a man can love two women at the same time. And the reason being is because the woman didn't ask, can a man be in love with two women at the same time? And that's maybe what she meant, because we all have the ability to love two things at the same time, because love is not all consuming. Love does not take up everything in you and in your heart. But a man cannot be in love with two women at the same time. And that's really what I think she meant, because it's kind of like being married. Because for men to be in love, a man has to be vulnerable. A man has to be completely open. A man has to have connection. He has to have quality time. He has to have the woman's presence. So a man, unless he had all these things before going away, like up the road in prison or being deployed or somewhere else working, unless a man had this vulnerability, this openness, this connection, this presence, and all of these things, then a man almost lacks. And I say almost, and y'all listen to the key words, almost lacks. Most men do lack, but almost every man would almost lack the ability to fall in love long distance. And that's a whole nother thing in itself, because a lot of women are in long distance relationships that started out long distance and they're still long distance, and they're wondering if this man is in love with them. And he could be. Listen to what I said. He could be, but in most cases he's not. Because men, our love grows with physical touch. Our love grows with presence. Our love grows with quality time. It's extremely hard for men to love, much more fall in love. And the reason being is because men, we don't feel safe being vulnerable. The definition of vulnerability, of being vulnerable, is to be open for attack. And men have a warrior, a fighter mentality, and protect yourself at all times is what you taught as a fighter. Protect, never drop your guard. And so because of that, most men take that same approach into a relationship. And a lot of men, for that reason, never fall in love in their life. A lot of men never trust another human, never trust a woman. And it's just because of not just the nature of men, but the environment that men are raised in and the lessons that men are taught by society. So that needs to be understood. When a man falls in love, it is all encompassing. It is all consuming. So me being in love with my wife, it does not mean that my wife is perfect. It does not mean that I don't recognize another woman's great qualities. It does not mean that I can't see another woman with my eyes, or see that she's beautiful or that she's successful. It doesn't mean that. What it means is I don't have room in my heart to fall in love with another woman. And being in love with one woman means I don't have room to love another woman. See, if I only had love for my wife, if a man only has love for a woman, then yes, he can love another woman. But when a man falls in love, then no, he can't even love another woman, because to be in love, it takes time, it takes consistency, it takes constant communication, it takes connection. And for a man to love another woman, just even to love, not be in love, but even for a man to love, it takes those same things. It's just in love is just a greater, more extended period of time. It's the same thing that makes a man love a woman. It's the same thing that will make a man fall in love. It just takes more time, and it takes him being willing to fall in love. And so that's what happens in a lot of these situations. I got a basketball game coming up here soon, so I ain't got too long. And so I want women to understand this, because there's so many women who are talking to a man, and the man is talking to another woman, and the woman feels like, well, okay, yes, he loves his wife, or he loves his baby mama, or he loves his girlfriend, but he also loves me. So there's a chance for me, and there's a chance for us being together. And there's a lot of women that settle and put up with, competing for a man's love, and feeling like she has to outdo the other woman, because she's telling herself, hey, this is fair game. All is fair in love and war. And this man is a lover. He has a great heart. He's a great man. And there's another woman competing for his heart. So I have to be a better woman. And you should never, as a woman, put yourself in that predicament, because a man already knows who he wants to love, and he knows the components of love and what it takes to love, and he knows what woman has the qualities for him to fall in love with her, or to even love her. And so when a man is juggling multiple women, it's because he doesn't want to love either of them. He wants to use them for their qualities and always have somebody. So let me help you understand. It's a lot of nights that when you get in a relationship, and then you talk to anybody who's married, any married man, they'll tell you, it's a lot of nights that a woman does not feel like being intimate. And to be quite honest, once you cross a certain age, really probably the age of 30, if you're not taking like testosterone pills or some type of pills or something, even as men, we don't feel like being intimate every night. We don't feel like being intimate 6 nights out the week, 5 nights out the week, 4 nights out the week, when you live in a normal life. Like if you snorting powder or something, or you on that oil, and you doing different things, then yeah, that might boost that drive. When you taking certain pills or something, it might boost that drive. But I know as a man who, I'm not considered obese. I just turned 39 March 8th, and I don't feel like doing nothing tonight. I ain't feel like doing nothing last night or the night before, because waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, going to bed midnight, 12:30, then waking up 6 a.m. I'm tired. I'm right now trying to fight a yawn. So you got to realize, and this men, and for us, most of the time for a man, sex is just sex. It's love making when you're in love. But even when you're in love, sex still could be just sex. Meaning that men, we okay with a wham bam, thank you ma'am. We okay with a little quickie. And some women are like that, but a lot of women is more, they want more intimacy. They want, foreplay. They want to lead up. And with all of that, a lot of times you just don't be feeling up to it if you wake up early and stuff like that. So if men don't feel like it all the time, and men require less lead up than a woman, then a woman don't feel like it all the time. And a lot of times the people who do feel like it all the time, it comes from childhood trauma, from something just being turned out at a young age. But just your natural as a human, once a week is all the health benefits that it provides. Studies show once a week that is healthy once a week, but after doing it more than once a week, it adds nothing to your health. Studies show. And so this is what has to be understood. And once you get to this place and you start to understand how a man's heart and mind works as it relates to love. And the thing about it is, because as men, it's a flip side to this. And it's almost like you got to be careful what you ask for as a woman when you want a man to fall in love with you, because for a man to really give a woman the healthy relationship that she wants, we almost have to kind of not be in love. We almost have to like tone it down. Like we almost have to see a woman just differently, because most men don't feel comfortable being in love or dropping their guard so that love can happen. Because to fall in love, you got to be willing to be hurt. To fall in love, you got to completely trust someone. You got to completely love someone. And a human is human. So a human could be dishonest. A human could be unfaithful. And that's why you see a lot of women lose their life, because they may be with a man and they may be looking for something different. And this man falls for this woman and he takes that chance for once in his life to allow love to happen. And then he gets hurt. And men are not wired like women. The emotional intelligence of women is much higher than men. A lot of people don't realize that, but especially in that area of love. And so as a man, when a man gets hurt, that's why a lot of men, if they get hurt, they'll keep a woman just to torture her for the rest of her life, just to get back at her. And some men will get back without even letting her know that he's getting back. He's getting back for his own satisfaction. And so you see that all the time. A lot of people don't realize that and know that. That's why I tell women, if you cheat on a man physically, then it's best that you leave, even if he asking you to stay, because that ain't gonna turn out pretty. You're gonna end up getting hurt real bad. And it's just how men are wired. And yes, we can forgive things, we can get over things for the sake of love, for the sake of family, for the sake of, union and God and all of that, but it's only just it's to a certain extent. And the man also has to be able to look at himself and see stuff that he has done or said or whatever to also justify that he played a role, to admit that he played a role in the climate of the relationship and the woman feeling alienated or ostracized or kind of pushed out. And if the man identifies that and he's honest with himself, then that also helps us heal and forgive. But if a man has been perfect, like he's done everything right, he's done it the right way, he's been loving, he's been showing love, and then he gets hurt, forgiveness is next to impossible. And so I want you to understand, if you're a woman watching this, that if you're competing with another woman for a man, you're wasting your time. If a man telling you he has to decide between you and somebody else and he doesn't know because he loves both of y'all, you're wasting your time. Because when a man even care for you, he wants you to feel like you're the only woman in the world. He don't even want to bring up another woman. He doesn't even want to make you think about another woman when a man is really about you. And so you got to understand that. Understand that and really come to a place to where you can say, you know what? If he's not willing to be vulnerable, if he's not willing to open up and give me his heart, do I even really want to be here? And the answer is no. You're wasting your time. And it's sad, and I honestly wish that more men could open up for love, but at the same time I see why not, because there are a lot of women who are dishonest. One thing about women is that not all, but a lot of women are just want the best available option, because it's like a natural selection type thing. So how a man may be naturally selecting a woman for her features and certain genetic features and things that she brings, women wanting to be provided for and wanting to feel secure and wanting to have the manliest of men, a lot of times a woman is with a man until she sees a better man. And because men are not perfect, it allows a woman to justify her being open to the conversation or to building secretly with another man. And she's telling herself, well, he lied to me before. I don't know if I could trust him, or he cheated on me before, or he yelled at me, or he was verbally abusive before, or emotionally abusive or physically abusive. So because of that, I don't owe him anything. I'm open to look around instead of leaving him and letting him, learn a lesson for being less than a man. A lot of women will keep that man for security, to be able to mate, to be able to reproduce, to have a roof over her head, to have somebody to take care of her while she's taking care of the kids. And she'll keep that man and use him for financial security, but be open and looking for another man that she can go with, not realizing that the other man that she's dealing with really is looking down on her, don't even like her, don't even respect her, don't even love her because of what she's doing to the man that she's with. And she thinks that she is preparing an exit strategy and that she is getting that backup plan ready, and really she playing herself. So even if she ends up divorcing her man or leaving her boyfriend and then going to this other man, she'll never have that other man's heart, because that man knows what she did to this man over here. So he'll never trust her. And what he's going to go out and do is he's going to go out and cheat on her just to have some security, a safety blanket, so that if she cheats, he doesn't have to feel so bad about it and still feel so heartbroken, because he can say, well, I cheated too. And so that's what happens. So this is something that, we got to think about. And I want women to know, don't play yourself. A man who is into a woman will never make that woman feel like she's competing for his love. If a man is not really into you, he will make you compete for love, because now he's getting the boast. He's getting the best of both worlds. He's getting the best out of you. And what a lot of times, what a weak man will do, what a grown boy will do, is he'll get insecure women who may be beautiful, who may be very fit, who may be very successful, but they're insecure. They don't know who they are. They don't know the essence of a woman. They don't understand the essence of a woman. They don't understand how much power a woman has and what a woman brings to the table. So they feel like the man is the prize, and they got to bend over backwards and they got to win this man, not realizing that a man will do anything to have a woman. And a woman can be self-sufficient. There's hundreds of thousands, or at least, there's hundreds of thousands of women who live in abstinence, who are abstaining. There are women who have not slept with a man, and they're completely heterosexual, and they have not slept with a man in years. We cannot say the same about men. There are people saying men are, undersexed and all of that, but that's by choice. It ain't by force. That's by choice, because it's a lot of women that to sleep with, and it's a lot of easy women. It's a lot of easy and loose women. So if a man ain't sleeping with a woman, that's because he's not even trying. And that's just because of what he feed himself, what he's watching, what he's into, and just his fiction is much more grandiose than his reality. And so that is really on him. It's really on him. So, hey, listen to me. The answer, can a man love two women at the same time? Yes, he can. But it's very shallow love. It's very shallow love. It's in the kiddie pool. It's kiddie pool love. It's not ocean deep. Can a man be in love with two women at the same time? No. The heart can't even be in love. The heart, male and female, cannot be in love with two people, because it's all consuming. It's all encompassing in a healthy way, not codependency or anything like that. It's just you give everything. When you fall in love, you give everything. And a lot of people are not in love. They say they're in love because they're confusing in love with love. And they think because they're in a relationship and they have love, that means that they're in love. And that's not the case. No, you're in a relationship with love. But that doesn't mean you're in love in a relationship. And you can be in love and not be in a relationship, but you basically are without the title. And so a lot of people don't realize that. And it's a lot of women who are with men that they are not in love with. He's a provider. He's a protector. He's the father of her children. He may be her husband, and she's not in love. She may have a deeper love for her ex. She may be in love with her ex still, But with this man, because he treats her right and he does the right thing, he looks good on paper. He checks the boxes. Whereas the man that she's in love with, or that she was in love with, is a knucklehead and can't get right. So that's the difference, and that has to be understood. And so don't play yourself. Don't get in a situation where you're competing for a man's love, because if you chase two rabbits, you catch neither. Meaning, if a man trying to juggle two women, neither one of them have his heart. They split his time, they share his body, but neither one of them have his heart. Point blank period. Hey, we got the Growth Club call coming up next week. I believe it's on the 21st. It's on Zoom. We have a lesson, then we do Q&A, and then we're gonna have a bonus call on the 23rd, taught by another one of my coaches. That one's gonna be on building self-confidence, I believe. And so if you're not in the Growth Club, this amazing group of like-minded individuals, click the link in the description and join us, especially if one-on-one coaching is not affordable right now because it's hundreds of dollars. This right here, you're getting the same type of coaching, but it's only $47 a month. And so it's going to bless you. And it's for the rest of this year. And then you have to sign up again next year on the new one. Hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.